Okay, people, I'm making this second video here to it's back up to the first video, which was talking about the fact that in this first video I made, which is here, Blacks Rule World Apocalypse. In this video I say that Obama was used as an actor by the American establishment. Also he was set up to this because the Norwegian, Norway, a white country, very Christian country, they took this Muslim, black, communist guy. They gave him the Nobel Peace Prize before he was even president. So it was all set up way before these guys decided everything. So they had already decided what Obama was supposed to say, what he was supposed to do, and what the results were supposed to be. He was supposed to do this communist agenda and everything, but they didn't take into account who this guy was. I mean, this guy is a black. Blacks in America have their very rich culture, music and lifestyle, and they jive. They have their slang. Blacks have their own identity where they thrive and where they feel happy. Obama was denied that. He had to speak in the correct way. It was, like this film My Fair Lady, where this aristocratic, snobbish guy who lives in his very snobbish apartment. He takes this girl who's selling flowers on the market, and she's very vulgar and she's very unrefined, and then he teaches her how to speak. The same thing happened with Obama. He had to stop talking like a black guy and talk like a white guy. So he has to speak like a white guy and do whatever they say. He's a slave. Basically, it's slavery. He has to act like a slave and do what they tell him to do. So he's off golfing all day long because he just can't stand the job. He doesn't get anything out of this. He's just oppressed, and they're suppressing him and telling him what to do. So people completely denied who Obama was, basically. And so Obama is like a prisoner of these people and this whole white establishment. So what I'm saying is that because people chose to ignore him, they turned him into a monster because he is against them now. He wants to destroy them. He's embracing the most extreme forms of anti-Western thinking. Muslims and everything. Obama, I mean, he goes with the most extremes whenever. It's the Muslims, it's the Black Panthers, the black movement, which wants to destroy the white society. People like Jesse Jackson, who was with the Black Panthers. It's people have pushed him into that. They shouldn't try to box this guy in. I mean, if you leave people a little bit of liberty, then they can let steam off, and then everybody's happy. Then they're okay. But they didn't allow Obama any freedom. Any freedom. He's been under pressure nonstop. And from before he was elected, he was already under pressure. They put him in a pressure cooker way back. The Norwegians gave him the Nobel Peace Prize. So I mean, he couldn't relax and be an ordinary guy. I mean, if you got the Nobel Peace Prize, then you have to act the part. So if they had looked at who Obama was, they would have seen that being a black, there are a lot of risks and dangers because every race has their dangers. There's nothing about black people. Black people have their problems. Other races have their problems. Indian people from India, they have their problems. There are a lot of problems. There's a lot of corruption in India. They say it's the country where there's most corruption in the world. Like corruption is just like everywhere. But there's a black pastor called Pastor James David Manning. He laments. He's a black pastor from Harlem. He has a church there, and he says here in Harlem things are terrible. Black men cannot function in society as successful people. It's just not set up like that. And he doesn't say it's the white people's fault. He says it's everybody's fault, but it's also the black people have to right themselves up and be successful. He says the dropout rates are incredible in school and colleges. They get college degrees, but that they don't manage to have jobs, to have good jobs. They don't manage to do it. And then he says the prisons are full. You know, the 85% of the prisons are full. James David Manning spent time in prison too. He knows what he's talking about. And he says that the black community is a failure. And he says the black people have to stand up and get their act together and stop blaming others for whatever their problems are. He says James David Manning comes from the South, I think from Birmingham, Alabama or something. He says slavery is long past. He says the white people have been trying to help us with various things. Bill Clinton helped Harlem, and he says Bill Clinton gave them a lot of money to Harlem. He said immediately the black people went out and they started buying stuff. They bought cars, they bought stuff, and they just squandered all the money instead of investing it in shops, getting businesses started. They just squandered all the $400 million that Bill Clinton gave to Harlem. So he says it's just a thing that the blacks have to get their stuff together. It's time for the blacks to get their stuff together. Obama could have been that black president who got helped the black community, but instead the white community, the whites in the establishment, they boxed him in and then wanted to make him play this role and act like a white guy and then deal with all these political problems around the world. Whereas Obama should have been the black president and just took care of the black community to help them, promote the black community and to act. They should not have denied him his black identity. Like the Black Panthers are always saying that the black identity is denied. The white people in America and the Norwegians, they should not have given Obama such high goals and that deny his black identity. They should have let him be a black man and talk as the way he wants to talk, be who he wants to be, and mess around. Shoot the shit. And people say vulgar. It's a vulgar way of saying it, but just mess around, jive, relax. Obama can never relax. He's always got to talk like white people always talk in this way and that way. He always has these handlers around him. He can't hang out with black people. He's a black president. They don't let him hang out with black people. So, anyways, because the catastrophe of Obama. Now he's going for confrontation with people with the Amnesty law. Today is the day, 20th of November, when he's going to, by executive order, legalize 5 million Mexicans. He's going for confrontation, and that's not what we want. We don't want that, but it's because people have been boxing him in and putting him in a very with his back against the wall, and so now he's fighting back. He's fighting back. That should never have happened. Shouldn't have a president fighting back. Should have been from the beginning. People should have recognized his identity as a black man. The pride of being a black man, that should have been recognized. He should have been allowed to be a proud black man, but that didn't happen. And also, when he was elected, the day he was elected, the next day after his election, there was something very extraordinary that happened, which was a sign, which there's this guy who's called Todd Strandberg. He has a website called raptureready.com, which looks at all the signs of the apocalypse coming. So, on the day after Obama's election, Strandberg was receiving up-to-the-minute news from his constituents in Illinois. Okay, he has a website called raptureready.com, and he gets the signs of the coming apocalypse, which his readers and constituents send him. And on the day after Obama's election, he was getting up-to-the-minute news from his constituents in Illinois. Illinois is Chicago, where Obama lives, where he comes from. He was senator of Illinois. One of the winning lottery numbers in the president-elect's, one of the winning lottery numbers in the president-elect's home state was 666, which, as everyone knows, is the sign of the beast, also known as the Antichrist. So I'm not against Obama, and I'm not racist. I'm saying that Obama has been forced to play a role as an American president, but as a white American president. And people have denied him the liberty of being a black man. But this is a very bad situation, which is now Obama is in an antagonistic and confrontational situation with Senate and the Congress and with the American people. Bringing in 5 million Mexicans will get all the white people riled up, and Obama is doing this, and not because. I mean, the responsibility is everybody's responsibility. It's the people who have boxed him in, turned him into a slave, made him play a role, and he's also responsible because he is what he is. He is what he is. And because this is a very, very, very bad situation, I am convinced that heaven has sent us a sign, which is saying Obama is the Antichrist. If you look at the Bible, it says the Antichrist is the man of a system. So they say that the Antichrist is a bad person. They say he is a bad person. But he's also a man of a system. So it's an evil system which creates a bad person. Well, Obama is the product of some very good aspirations, which was the civil rights movement, the freedom of the black people, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Obama. There's a good thing there. But then on the other hand, the flip side of that is that people were thinking things are going to get better and better and better and better. But they get to a point where they don't look at reality anymore. They just become like a rosy-eyed, rosy-glassed vision of reality. They're cut off from reality. They have got to see what's happening with the black community. 85% of the inmates in prisons are blacks. So there is a problem. If people deny the problem and just want to ignore the problem won't go away. Obama has fake birth certificate, fake Social Security. Obama is a typical black who cuts the corners and is a fraud. And people don't want to see that. I mean, Obama could have been a very good president. But if people had not wanted to create this kind of a fake image, I mean, everything is fake. His biography, autobiography is fake. So he says he's not born in Kenya. And in his biography for 16 years, he said he was from Kenya. So you can't have a guy who's just an overt liar who's saying one thing for 16 years, he was born in Kenya, then now he says he's not born in Kenya. You can't change your version just like because you're president. Okay, I'm president, I'm going to make myself a new biography. You can't do that. That doesn't work. But that's what the black community is doing, the Afro-Americans, and so they do forgery, and a lot of them end up in prison. And I'm saying that this is all wrong. And that's like the Antichrist, where the Antichrist makes everything is wrong, everything is fake. Obama should have been the first black president who helped the black community, so that the black community was not, the Afro-Americans were not going to prison. That's what he should have done. So that's what I had to say today, people. Bye-bye. And I'm not racist. I'm saying this for the good of the black people. Well, that's what Obama should have done, and he should have helped the black community, the Afro-Americans. And I want the Afro-American community to be successful. That's why I make this video, and I'm not against Obama. I'm not against Obama. I'm saying that this whole system has completely messed up. That's what I'm saying.